Jane Hunt, the Welsh Government and the European Commission have been in negotiations about regional funding and the way it can be spent. How are those negotiations going, particularly on things like transport, where I think the Welsh Government would like more flexibility?
Negotiations are going very well indeed. In fact, our Welsh operational programmes, that's how we're going to spend the money, the 2 billion that we're going to have in the next round of programmes, going very well. But the clear message has to be from us and from the European Union, the Commission, is that this has got to be making an impact. It's got to deliver results. It's got to be jobs, supporting businesses, most importantly for me, supporting young people and the growth of our economy.
I mean, the Commission seemed to be quite clear in places like England that road transport, for example, won't be on the cards, that won't be a part of the spending. Will you be able to get that kind of commitment in rural parts of Wales, where I think the Welsh Government are very keen to see that kind of money spent in that way?
Well, of course, we've benefited enormously from investment in transport from the previous programmes, huge investment in transport. And, of course, the European Commission shares our aspirations for more integrated transport measures in the next round. I mean, everyone knows that we're looking to developing a metro system in South East Wales, but they also are committed, as we are, to the TENS network, of course, which are key transport links through Wales, and of course through Wales to Ireland, England. We're the bridge in terms of that important investment.
And yet, on that so-called 10Ts funding, the big EU transport funding, Wales hasn't made much of an impact in the past. In the last round of funding, I don't think there were any projects that went to Wales. Is there more focus, is there more potential for Wales to exploit some of these other EU funds in future?
Well, I think, as I said, the fact that the Welsh Government and the Commission recognises that 10T networks are important is a very good way forward for the next round. But we do also recognise, as I've said, that we need to develop that integrated transport links, and that's road and rail particularly, and of course that can benefit all parts of Wales and benefit not just South East Wales, but of course West and North Wales.
I mean, it might be, Welsh Government might be successful in getting those cohesion funds, the regional funding and so forth, but do you accept that there are other European pots of money that the Welsh Government hasn't exploited up till now, which has potential, and is that going to change?
We're already pushing very heavily on, for example, access to Horizon 2020. For people in Wales, that means money for businesses and particularly our universities in terms of research and development. So we've now got a unit in our Wales European Funding Office in Merthyr to promote Horizon 2020. I'm regularly and quite rightly asked about this in the Assembly, and already companies benefiting from this because we need to have this multi-fund a relationship. We've also got a very good new fund for Ireland and Wales. We're actually managing that fund. The Ireland and Wales cooperation is very important for our coastal areas, the marine investment, and we've seen the Delta Sound down in Ramsey Sound in St David's, the benefits of European funding for that. So, we are using all those other funds, but I would say it goes beyond that. Young people I've mentioned. Erasmus is a very important exchange programme. British Council managing that now from Cardiff for the whole programme, not just for us in Wales. So definitely, it's not just about our structural funds, it's about how we're investing. And of course, that includes the Rural Development Fund as well.
There's been two recent reports in the Welsh Assembly on EU and EU funding and how it could perhaps be improved. One of the recommendations is this idea for an EU funding champion. Obviously, you yourself do a lot of work raising the profile, I guess, of the EU potential, EU funds and so forth. But what do you make of that idea for a kind of guru, an EU funding champion, as suggested in the Assembly's reports?
Well, we're debating that report next week, a very important and a very influential report from the Enterprise and Business Committee, and I value that report, and I will be saying so very clearly next week. And clearly in terms of EU funding and all the other funds that we're talking about, I mean, I've got to take the lead, haven't I, as Finance Minister? I've got responsibility for for European funding. And of course I will respond to all of the recommendations fully, and it's an opportunity for me to really push this to the forefront in terms of our hopes and aspirations for the economy of Wales.
Just a brief summing up then, is Wales making the most of European funding, that's been on offer, all that is now offer for the coming years?
Well, 9,000 businesses benefited, 61,000 people into jobs, 180,000 young people and older people getting qualifications. It is about people, it's about jobs, it's about the economy. And I've been speaking just now to Director Generals who's saying Wales is on the right track, and we hope to get our programmes up and running soon.